sports and other topics. Welcome back. I am Lady Les. Next to me we have KDL. We have Lucky Lefty to the very end. And then we have a special guest appearance, also our executive producer, B, here. So we're going to discuss some topics, sports, of course. I do want to start it off with the Cubs, guys. I want to talk about the Chicago Cubs and how they're doing. Number one right now. I want to know from you guys, being that they've been in this spot before, do you think that they're going to do what they've done in the past and be at their peak and then once again towards the end fizzle out?
I don't think they're going to fizzle out, to be honest with you guys. I think the Cubs are good, man. They're going to miss Schwarber, I think, like in the end. Like, I think they're going to miss Schwarber in the end. But I think they got some bats. And, man, if y'all watched the last couple of games, well, I didn't watch it, but if y'all watched the scores, Jake Arrieta just threw a no-hitter, 16-0.
They smashed it.
Came back the next night and won, what, 8-1?
Yeah.
So they're up 24-1.
Well, keep in mind too, it's the Reds. Now
Yes,
the Reds
the Reds
are pretty garbage, but
they still a major league team.
yeah. But just watching the Cubs though, I don't see any weaknesses, man. Like
That's what I'm saying. I don't either.
pitching, defense, the bats, I don't see any weaknesses. Now they off to a historical start. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Can they keep up? Can they keep it up? 162 games.
I don't think they'll keep that pace. But
Right,
I don't think they can keep up the pace, man.
Not that pace.
Right.
They're
Not
starting
that
out
Yeah.
early, and they're hitting it hard. Everybody knows what's hills and valleys in all sports.
Of course.
They're going to be at the top. Chicago, I love them. My Sox, they're going to take a low, and then they're going to come right back.
I don't know, man. I
They're going to take a low.
don't know right now.
Man, the Mets ain't doing too good. See, these teams that was in it last
Yeah,
year,
the
man,
Mets
you gotta
are.
look. The Mets struggling a little bit. They're not the same dominant team. St. Louis, the Cubs just blew St. Louis.
Yeah, but look at it, man. This is like preseason.
I know it's early.
Yeah,
I know
it's early, man.
But I'm saying, and I agree. I don't expect them to keep up with that pace.
You need a
Like-
fucking coat on at the Cubs game right now.
Typically,
It's
the
early.
teams that win it though are
It's early.
they're hot in August.
Exactly.
Like
They get
those
hot.
teams that are streaking in August. So when you get up to a bad start, like you said, the Mets, it's not too bad as long as you're not like 3-20. You know what I mean? You can get off to a halfway decent start. Like being a Sox fan, I always want them hang around 500 until the summer months hit, and then try to go on it's always a team that go on a 10-15 game win streak, and then they start rolling. So the Cubs, like I said, it's gonna be a hard pace to keep up with. But just watching them dudes, man, damn.
I don't really see
I
no
mean,
weaknesses, man.
bullpen, I don't see nothing.
And
And even with Schwarber going out, still putting up, like you said, 24 runs, and I mean they putting teams away.
Hey, on the side note, I'm a Sox fan. I love the Cubs too, because I'm from the Chi. The Cubs fans hot. The women are. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Really?
I'm just saying, man. I've been to the
Fans
games.
with the game?
I don't
I've been there,
know.
man. And me and my buddies, we go. We see who
I don't
is
know.
hotter. The girls from the Sox and the girls from the.
I don't know.
I'll say this right now, ladies from the Sox, y'all gotta start coming with it, cause the girls from the Cubs, man, they come out.
Well,
They
Wrigley
come out.
Field, it's a party,
It's a
man.
party.
I
You
understand,
go to Wrigley
man.
Field, it's a
I
party.
understand, but man, you gotta show up and prove, man.
I mean,
Okay.
still,
Alright.
I don't know.
Well, hey, man,
Just
to
a
touch on
side
that
note.
too. The
Just a
Sox
side
are doing
note.
good too, by the way. They're doing all right.
Yeah,
They
Sox
not.
doing all right.
They're starting off.
What,
okay.
11-6, 11-7,
Yeah,
6,
that's-
something
they
like
starting
that.
off all
Nice
right.
start.
Nice
Honestly,
start.
they kind of got the same makeup as the Cubs did last year. Nobody expected the Cubs to do what they did last year.
Right.
But they used that farm system and they moved them in, and they got some bats, they got some nice pitching.
But
Once it started to all come together and roll,
Isn't it amazing that the two of the three best pitchers in baseball are right here in the city?
That's true.
Arrieta and Sale.
Sale,
I
Arrieta.
Love
mean,
it.
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Love
So then
it.
with that being
They
said,
need to sit Banks down though, but go ahead.
with that being said, do you guys think that then the Cubs, being that they're strong right now, they're going to take it all the way through?
I think they're gonna win it. I got a feeling unless they get a string of bad injuries,
I will not pronounce that right now.
unless they get a string of injuries, man, I put it like this: I can see them winning.
I can see them winning it. August and September will say a lot.
Right.
Trade deadline, injuries, up until August,
Right.
September will stay alive. If they get hot again, yeah, they got a shot because they might get the number 1, number 2 seed, man. And if they do that,
Les, we gonna come back and answer that question a couple shows
Shows
down the line.
later. I can see
Because
that.
you know it's hard.
it's real early. That's
Because
what
you
I'm
got
saying.
the goat out there. That goat is out there. And
That's
he
what
stay
I'm
out
saying.
there.
That's
He's
what I'm
bucking
saying.
out there.
August, September will stay
That
alive.
goat always bucking.
You
You know, so we're gonna come back to that question, you know, but
Yeah.
you know, I will say this. If both teams have great seasons, we're gonna have to go other places if just say if they met
In the World Series?
for the World Series. They would have to put that into a neutral site because they would tear our city up.
Okay, well, we'll come back to that one, like you said,
Well, I
a
don't know
couple
about that.
shows from
I
that.
mean, I can't see that happening, but okay.
We can always
I-
dream.
So there you go.
KDL, we can dream, man.
And we know you like to dream. So, on that note, let's take it over now. Let's move into the NFL. NFL draft here in Chicago, draft town. So that's exciting. What do you guys think about that? Are you,
Let me kick that one off.
Okay.
If you haven't been if you didn't go last year, you need to go. It's great, man. Whatever, I guess Ron was a part of it, you know, however, but the experience was amazing, man. It's cool, man. You get your little $7 beers. The weather could be a little better. If it was hot, it'd been perfect, but it's nice, man. I mean, the experience was amazing. I was down there last year with some like Philadelphia Eagles fans kicking it, and it was
It's fun.
it's all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a draft town. You got to experience it.
It's exciting. Obviously, I was in the New York Giants booth when we picked. We picked right before the Bears last year, matter of fact.
Here we go. Here we go.
But it's a great experience, man. And how they have it set up is, so they got the NFC East. So they got the Giants, Redskins, Cowboys, Eagles right next to each other. Bears, Packers, Minnesota right next to each other. So what happened was,
Fights breaking out?
it wasn't no fights.
No.
But then, check this out. Like he said, I was chilling with a guy. He was from like Oklahoma or I don't know where he was, man. He was from somewhere, but his family was in town. They had on Giants gear, and I had on a Giants sweatshirt at the time. So I was just walking. I was walking up and down the thing, just trying to check it out. And the guy was like, "Hey, New York Giants!" Right? And I was like, "Hey!" And then we just connected. And they were saying how they travel and they go to games, and this is the greatest thing ever. They had never been to Chicago. Like it's cool.
So it's good. It's good for the city, you think,
It's
too,
cool,
as well.
man. And you see the Super Bowl rings.
Yeah,
You see,
cool.
Yeah.
you know, you can take pictures. They got a couple players walking around. You know, it's a cool experience.
How much is it to
free.
go to the draft? Is it free?
It's for the free.
Cost to get inside though. If you want to go sit
There is a
inside.
cost inside?
Yeah.
If you sit inside and watch the actual draft,
Yeah.
they call it that cost.
Right, for y'all that's out there, come enjoy our city, you know. It's a good time. You get the hangover by the bean. What is that, the shell, the music shell over there?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
It's a lovely time over here in the
It's
shop.
a good experience, man.
But speaking of the draft though, the trades this week, right? Well, it was one this past week, one before, but the top two picks were traded away, right?
Because they want them quarterbacks.
Okay,
That's a need.
They gave up the house though, man.
let me touch on
They
this
gave
to
up
y'all,
the
man.
house.
Let me touch on this to y'all. I'm glad you brought that up real quick. Let me touch on this to y'all. Do y'all think these two quarterbacks are worth these teams trading like the house for?
No.
Like this guy coming out of Cal, he's good. Jared Goff, he's all right. The other guy, he played on the lower Division I
North
school.
Dakota State,
He's
yeah.
good,
Mhm.
but they're not Aaron Rodgers, man. They're not.
Right. Well, they're not.
Andrew Luck.
They're right. They're not that little short pick.
It's all
They're not
about
them,
potential.
man.
And
Well-
you can't say they really gave up the house because they got defense on these teams. St. Louis. They got the running back. They got the beast. But you need somebody back there.
I don't know. I think
Philadelphia,
St. Louis,
though?
I think
Philadelphia
St. Louis
got the number
actually
2 pick.
gave up. St. Louis gave up too much. Philly
I don't think they did.
did all right because they kind of just switched spots. It wasn't as bad. But what's name gave up, man? They got they first round pick next year.
Let me say, Philly gonna
Yes.
be horrible because of that offense they running. That don't work in.
Well, they got a new
Well,
coach.
we don't even know
They got a
what
new
they're
coach.
running
They
this
got a new
year.
coach.
I don't know what they're running, but it's sometimes overall
So
though.
now you got a question mark out there.
But you already overpaid Sam Bradford. So now why are you going at the quarterback? You
Right, if you
overpaid
pay
Sam
Bradford,
Bradford.
right.
Like it doesn't make sense. And these guys are not. They're good, but they're not Aaron Rodgers. They're not Andrew Luck.
How
They're
do you
not-
get somebody to play better?
Experience.
You bring somebody in that's gonna challenge him and make him work.
But not the number, not to give up draft picks, though.
Like you giving up draft picks. Like I don't know what Cleveland is like. Let me ask you this: what is Cleveland doing?
Nobody hell no.
What are they doing?
You got RG3.
You got RG3. You just
Question
brought him in.
mark?
I got that. Not Kurt. What's the guy? Journeyman quarterback still there. He used to play for the Bears.
Oh, I mean,
McCown is still there,
Right.
right? So now, okay, you cool on quarterbacks, and yes, they have other needs. So I can kind of see why they did it. We don't need a quarterback. We just gonna fall back.
Well, there's a reason Cleveland sucks, though.
Yeah, but they need players. They done drafted 30,000 quarterbacks the last 5
Because they
years.
party hard in Cleveland. With
Kevin.
their-
Nobody partying in Cleveland.
Man, that.
Ask Joakim Noah.
Ask.
Kevin, you
Manziel.
mentioned about overpaid players. What do you? That brings up Josh Norman with the $75 million contract.
Yeah, definitely. Because just the problem with free agency in football. A lot of these guys are products of the system that they're in. So they look good in the system they're in. So Josh Norman may not be that good in Washington because he doesn't have that front that they had in Carolina had and got pressure on the quarterback. Constantly getting pressure. He's going to be left on an island a lot of times in Washington. Now, you paying all this money.
So you saying he ain't shit?
I ain't saying he ain't shit. But I'm saying these guys come up in a system and they thrive in that system. Right? So you thrive in a system, I'm just going to put you in another system. You may not be the same. Football is the ultimate team sport. If your front line ain't shit, your secondary ain't shit.
So you trying to tell me that if you would have took Ray Lewis and put him somewhere else, he wasn't going to strive?
Well, some players. I mean, that's a special kind of player.
It's all about
That's a
that
special kind of
confidence.
player.
And once you get that confidence as a player in the league, no matter where you go,
That's not. There are more free agents bust in the NFL than anywhere in any other sport.
I agree with that. I'll say this: Josh Norman went to the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins do not sack the quarterback. They just simply don't. I know because
Exactly.
my team is the
Follow
Giants.
them,
I
right.
watch it. So they're not that good.
they fucked the
Now-
Giants a couple times though.
Well,
Just saying.
the Giants split with them. But what happened was the Redskins last year took advantage of a injured.
Was that a tear?
An injured. No, I want to tell you because we always beat the Redskins. We just simply do. But look, the Redskins took advantage last year of a cryptic division. Philadelphia was terrible.
Yeah, Dallas was.
Giants was
Remember that word.
the Giants were terrible, even though they lost 5 games. Well, leading in the fourth quarter, last 2 minutes,
They
we
did
should have finished 11-6.
Right.
However, Dallas was hurt, so you figure Washington is not all that, and they don't sack the quarterback. And to your point, now Josh Norman has to guard these guys. Odell Beckham killed Josh Norman last year. Y'all better go back and watch that game. He dropped a couple passes. He was burning him. He was killing him. Then he got emotional and got himself out the game. But he was killing Josh Norman one-on-one, which shows you Josh Norman ain't really a one-on-one dude. It's a system.
Well, Norman, don't get me wrong. I've seen Josh Norman make plays.
No, he can make plays, and I'm not saying he's not good.
But he's not. I don't think
But-
he's not the real Reeves.
But he's not Reeves.
He's not
Exactly.
Reeves.
He's
Well-
not Reeves.
I don't know.
But hey,
I'm excited.
You are what they paid you. You're worth what they paid you. They gave you $75 million, $50 million guaranteed.
I'm excited about the football season. So this NFL season coming up.
Do you think the Bears are gonna be good?
I don't know. You know, I used to get excited about the Bears, all these changes going
There's
on
something
right now.
behind that too. He didn't just
Yeah,
add.
I
There was something behind that. There was something
know
behind
because
that.
of his,
Don't
you know,
go
his
with
faith
something.
against the
That's not a
Bears.
question.
But that's
That was a
okay.
shot.
This is Kev. I can't do that to Kev.
I like the moves they made.
All right, well, we'll be right back, guys. We're gonna take a quick commercial.
That was a
We'll
shot,
come back.
Kev.
Let's talk more
I like
sports
the moves
as
they
they just.
Go. I like the moves they made. I'm following them myself. I like what they
So
doing.
that was the commercial. Okay, we're here at Eduardo Limon Cigar Lounge over here in Richton Park. We're here with Brian, the owner. Brian, tell us a little bit about Eduardo's here, and where they can find you, what they can find in here.
Well, we're located 3721 Salt Trail in Richton Park. What you can find here, cigars, hookah, big TVs, good time.
All around fun. So come check it out. Also check out the Humidor. They'll be posted on webcast on YouTube. Check us out. Check out the show. We shoot here live. And then closing.
In closing, we shoot here at Eduardo Limon's. Hey, May 21st, Humidor Sports presents Diva Leaf release party, man. Gonna be a great event. May 21st is on a Saturday evening. Be on the lookout for that, man. Check it out. It's gonna be a a great time. Come check out the show. You can either come sit in on us with it and, you know, give your own opinion, give it, you know, how you feeling about the show. And man, support my man Brian.
Always appreciate it.
Come on out. Now we're gonna do a little free-for-all here, guys. Just put it on the table. We're gonna do a "What's on Your Mind" segment. So, you know, B, you want to kick that off? What's on your mind?
No, I don't want to kick it off.
All right.
I want KDL.
KDL. So let's switch it over.
I'll kick it off, man. Something I saw last night, and I want to see if y'all saw it. I was watching the Boston Atlanta game last night, and Isaiah Thomas outright slapped this guy named Schroeder. He slapped him in a way. He played it off. He slapped him like they were coming up the court, and he slapped him and turned and ran. The first thing Schroeder did, Schroeder looked at the ref and was crying at the ref. Now, I'm like an old school basketball player. Like, I would have stopped immediately and at least pushed him, right? What do y'all think about that? You think somebody that's 5'7" should be able to slap somebody that's 6'3"?
I'm gonna slap it out for you, KDL.
He slapped him, man.
S
and he didn't take up for
O
himself.
F.
No
F.
T.
Triple F.
Salt.
No T. Well, you got to remember too. He got blonde in his hair.
He does.
So
well, he's from a different country.
that right there, it's no excuse.
For his,
I don't care where you're from.
You know, in
He got
respect to
blonde in
him.
his hair. It's no excuse.
In
Since you
respect to
speak on
him.
that,
You just asked John a question.
I will say the one thing about the European players and the American players, if you want to say, it's all about the European players never played on the playground. Nobody ever came and tested you. They had those little camps and those groups where the players, that's where they go. They in a camp environment. That whole
Man, no.
They don't battle. They don't battle in the
Basketball,
program.
man. We're
They
talking
don't
basketball.
battle.
We're talking basketball.
They don't get down in the playground
They
with
still got to
somebody.
play basketball, man. You don't let nobody slap you, man. Go
Come
to
on,
the
man.
goddamn court.
If you
Somebody
get
that's
slapped,
5'10".
if you get slapped in the EuroLeague, somebody break it up. You get slapped on the court, then you gonna box, or somebody gonna break it up.
Boxing
Whatever.
NBA no more.
Well, you're not
In
in
the
box.
NBA, but I'm just talking
But-
about how they
I
do,
agree. No one
how
should
you
be
came up
slapped
in the
on the
street.
court.
When we was in the YBL and somebody smacked you, that was a fight.
First of all, no one smacked me. Let's get that out there.
Okay, I'm just saying.
But my
They
point is,
slapped
you
you.
got to at least
Not
stop
yet.
slapped
and
you on the
acknowledge
court.
it. Like,
Not
you got to
yet.
at least stop and acknowledge the dude that
You
did it
do.
to you.
You
have
do.
to- see, the problem is, his teammates didn't see it.
His reaction wasn't right.
His reaction wasn't right. He crying at the ref, and the ref right looking at him like, man up.
That's true.
So you got to stop and at least push the dude. Scratch him. If he would have pushed him hard, he would have flew over there.
Scratch his ass. Do something.
Something, man. You can't let nobody slap you, man.
Guaranteed that the Wolf, aka Westbrook, would not have allowed that to happen.
Westbrook would have snapped off.
Exactly.
Westbrook would have at least pushed him.
Okay, check this out. Okay, so
I got a problem with that, man.
So,
Today's
let's go-
NBA is bad, man.
So wait.
I agree with Charles Barkley, man. Somebody got to man up, man. You gotta,
I give you that. Okay, let's go. We going free fall, right? Blackhawks. Andrew Shaw suspended for dropping an F-bomb to the ref.
Now they ain't got an enforcer.
Right, but I'm saying dropping an F-bomb to the refs. And here's my question: where's all the bootleg Blackhawk fans now that they're down and on the brink of elimination?
well,
Where's
first,
everybody at?
You didn't have true Blackhawk fans. You had Chicago
You
fans.
see, I said bootleg.
So you had Chicago fans
Bandwagon
because
jumpers.
Chicago, it was a team
Bandwagon
that,
jumpers.
because the other Chicago teams was disappointing,
Sound like shot fired.
it was a team to rally behind
Right.
because they were winning. So
Right.
you didn't have Blackhawk fans, you had Chicago fans.
Do you think it was right for him to get suspended though for dropping the F-bomb?
I don't,
Is it that strong now?
but it's today's world.
Because typically just us, we all played organized sports, you know, on high levels. So you know when you fired up and you pissed off,
It
just in a physical, you know
It
what I mean? It happens.
It happens.
It happens.
But
Right.
like KDL was saying, stuff like that in today's world, quote unquote, they put, you know, you're getting slapped on the hand for every little thing now.
Yeah, but I
So
mean,
it's
that's-
like if they don't do something about it, there would have been an uproar.
But the thing is, nobody would have known. You couldn't hear what the man said.
That's true.
So why did the media put it out there what he said? You can read his lips, but you still didn't have to put it out there what he said. They could have left it alone.
Right.
It's different if you got on the mic after the game and been like, that faggot ass ref, that's different. But he said it within the, you know, during the game. No one heard it.
Yeah.
Do you remember Kobe Bryant called a ref a fag and got fined $25,000 or something?
He got fined.
I remember that.
50,000,
He got
something like
fined.
that. for
Not
calling the ref a
suspended.
fag. Y'all remember that?
Now that changes the game. Like they are trying to get the Blues to win this game, this series.
I think they'd
You
rather have the
always-
Blackhawks in it though.
You need to have somebody that's gonna step up and not be the norm. You
So-
need that in all sports.
Let me ask you this: you think they want to eliminate the defending champions in the first round?
Blackhawks put up numbers in the TV rating.
Not the first round.
TV
bro.
rating. The
Like,
Blackhawks had numbers
Not the first
They got
round.
numbers
in a bigger
Guess what?
market.
Guess what? Sooner or later, they gotta put them down.
In the
but
first
still,
round?
They gotta put them down.
In the
man.
first round.
You gotta put them down.
The thing
Now.
So if Golden State loses in the first round, do you think the NBA playoffs will be watchable?
First round.
No, I'm just giving you
Let's
an
go back to
example.
Blackhawks.
I'm just giving you an example.
I get you, but the Blackhawks lose. Now everybody gonna go behind the Blues and push them.
I don't think
That's gonna be
nobody
that.
gonna go behind
That's
the
gonna be
Blues.
that.
Nobody give a damn about the Blues.
St.
man.
Louis too small of a market. St.
Nobody
Louis
give a
too
damn
small of a
about the
market.
Blues, man.
They
It's
want these small markets.
They just
to
lost a
blow up.
football team, a whole damn football team now.
Exactly. So now they want them to blow up. Somewhere they gotta
The
give them
Blues-
something.
Blues don't got no followers.
They gotta
Nobody
give
care
them
about
something,
the
man.
Blues.
Blues
What
have
they're
no
gonna do
followers.
You
is
gotta give them something. Guess what? If they win, all shit.
Blackhawks are the biggest story because they would be like the Patriots and like the '90s Bulls if they win again.
Why
losing in the
Without
divisional,
one.
losing in the
Why
divisional
why
playoffs.
is the biggest story?
Well, I'm saying the
They're the
Blackhawks.
defending
You got
champs.
between the market, the defending champs. They won what 2 out of the last 3 or 4 years. They're the
defending
biggest
champs don't
story.
mean shit.
But they're the biggest story.
Did the Blues even make the
The
playoffs last year?
ratings. They're the biggest
I
story.
guarantee if they beat the Blackhawks, they are the story.
If they beat the
They
Blackhawks,
the story for
motherfuckers
beating
ain't
the
gonna watch
Blackhawks.
hockey for the rest of the damn playoffs. That's all that's gonna happen.
They the story for beating the Blackhawks.
That's it. That's
2
like in
games later,
baseball
you
when the
hear about
Yankees
the Blues.
when the Yankees lose, New Yorkers and the Mets, Yankees and Mets out of New Yorkers stop watching. They ain't gonna go root for the next team. They just stop watching the shit. They always want the bigger market teams, the teams with more history to do it. Now do the damn thing, Mr. B.
I get you. Y'all shut me down. I'm gonna be quiet on that. But fuck it. Fuck hockey.
All right, guys. Well, to wrap things up, going off sports for a little bit, we lost a legendary music icon, so I think we should all pay respect to Prince, who passed away. I think I speak on everyone's behalf when I say that we all grew up listening to Prince. He definitely defined the music that we know today and surpassed the music that we know today. So I think it's truly a loss. I think when I found out about him passing, it really touched a chord with me. And it seems almost as if the spotlight on his passing is even bigger than when Michael passed. I don't know if you guys agree, but
Just seems like it because it's just
Yeah,
happened.
Did you
It's
wanna
not.
I'm not gonna say it's
put
bigger
your
than
butt cheeks
Mike.
out there?
It's just it's
I'm not
not.
gonna
did
say
I
it's
want to
bigger
put
than
my butt cheeks out there? I mean, if I had butt cheeks, because I don't. Sorry, I don't have butt cheeks like that. But if I did, I definitely would. But no, it really was. It's a tremendous loss. So I think we should definitely touch on that.
Hey, y'all know. I'm gonna tell y'all the difference, man. When Mike passed, people knew Mike was on pain pill, what he was on, whether it was pain
Right.
pills, whether he was changing his face and bleaching his skin and all kinds of shit. Like Mike had problems, right? And he was a musical icon, and he was, allegedly laying in the bed with little boys and all kinds of he was going through some stuff, and Mike was messed up, and all of a sudden Mike passed, right? Prince just performed last Friday.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
So he performed. He's still out here performing. So he performed last Friday. The man stopped in Illinois. I think it was Moline. He stopped in Illinois.
At the land, right?
Emergency landed. Went to the hospital. Jumped right back on the plane and went home. The man threw a party Saturday
$10 a person.
at his crib.
Yeah.
Right now, suppose he had the flu or whatever. Right. A couple days later, the man ends up dead. So it's a bigger story. It's a bigger shock element to it than
And
it
with
is.
Michael. Yeah.
With Michael. Because everybody knew Mike was kind of messed up, man. He was taking different ass drugs and whatever the hell.
Yeah, but he
was
was
taking.
never sick though.
He wasn't sick, but everybody knew he had something going on. You heard absolutely nothing about Prince. And then all of a sudden, the man, while touring, like he's in tour
Right.
motion.
Well,
Ended up
But at
dead.
the same time, he was also known to be very private. He didn't put anything out there. Even in interviews, when they had him out in interviews, it was like pulling teeth with Prince.
Well, that's
you know.
because he was
Jehovah's Witness, and, you know.
And, you know, they.
Well, I think that ain't his persona though. His persona, the mystery was
Right.
Yeah, and that's
mystery. I'll say if I ever had to kick it with one celebrity, it was gonna be Prince. Because when I was a shorty and Purple Rain came on, guess what my parents did when they was like, ooh, when Apollonia got out there and dunked herself in the water, trying to look.
You was just a little pervert. You was just a little pervert. They ain't got shit to do with nothing. You just a little pervert.
For you younger generation, you better like go bathe yourself in
I
Lake
would have kicked
Minnetonka
it.
before you watch that.
Chris was second for me. I kick with Dennis Rodman first. I want to kick it with Dennis
It's
Rodman
gonna-
this one time. I say Rodman is that dude.
I'll tell y'all this
Rodman,
one.
I'll party with Dennis Rodman.
Prince is that
I
dude.
will party with Dennis Rodman. I'm telling you.
It's a running
I
joke
might get
is-
coke.
the running
I
joke
might get coke
is-
if I kick it with Dennis Rodman.
Prince will come in with high heels and a ruffled shirt, but he'll leave with your girl.
Yes,
Okay.
he will.
Immediately.
Let me say this.
Immediately.
Favorite Prince song? What's your favorite?
Adore, and Let's Go Crazy. Let's Go Crazy. Get the party.
Man,
There's two. Do Me Baby and Beautiful Girl in the World.
Me, Beautiful Ones. Because he macked Vanity from the stage. She was sitting there in her chair next to, what's his name?
Vanity was hot.
What's
For
his
sure
name
was.
that was in the movie in Purple
Morris
Rain?
Day?
Morris Day. She was in her chair. She was like, ooh. Morris Day just put his head down like.
and it is, but
He macked that girl from
and
the
it
stage.
is, and it is a little strange. Vanity died the same age, same year, so that's a little wild too. But mine is, I got three. I gotta do a.
You don't get three, man.
Do
You
me.
got one.
What's this? A tie. It's my favorite. Do Me Baby, Scandalous, and Erotic City. Man, there was something about that
Scandalous.
motherfucker.
Beautiful
Beat,
Ones.
man.
Scandalous is
Oh,
good. I
God,
do
that
like
Erotic
him.
City shit.
Or do you want
No, they was all hot. I'm just saying my favorite. They
Okay,
was
wait.
my favorite.
What I want to know: Apollonia or Vanity?
Woo, that's a tough one. I saw Apollonia naked in Purple Rain, so
So
I
which
gotta go
one?
Apollonia. I gotta go Apollonia. It's in the negative. I gotta go Apollonia.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Lake
That's a
Minnetonka.
great question.
Lake Minnetonka. Go in the water
That's
from
a
Lake
great
Minnetonka.
question.
We got to see Apollonia
If
naked.
if I ran that way, it would be Vanity. Totally.
That's a great. Apollonia.
Really? So Apollonia wins over
Yeah.
here.
He's
Yeah, we
one of
gotta
the
go
greatest because he challenged the music industry. He changed his name. If you go out on iTunes, iHeart, you see none of his music because he said, "Y'all not paying the
Challenge
artists for this stuff.
Right.
Y'all raping us, so y'all can't touch my music."
I love
Come
that.
on, man.
I love
Who
that.
else out here has done that?
Well, I'll say this in closing, just to close it out. I know I saw people teared up, a lot of people really emotional over the whole thing. I've never cried over artists because I only knew them through their music and their music lives on. So to me, honestly, like Pac ain't even dead. Michael Jackson ain't dead to me because I can turn on their music anytime. So it's like they still here. I know they can't put out anything new, but those classics, man, they live on. It's timeless. It's timeless music.
Music
Like this has been a
represents time.
celebration since he's passed, man. We've been listening to
Yeah.
nothing but seeing Purple Rain, music videos,
Yeah.
the radio mixes, and everything. So he's still alive to me,
Yeah.
man. I mean, mad shouts out to him, man. The whole
Yeah.
world celebrated him.
Well,
man.
for
That
all
was
those
great.
that have gone and went, Michael, Whitney, Prince,
I wanna
even
give a-
Doug Banks.
Yeah,
Shout out to
I was
Doug
gonna
Banks.
say
Shout out
that.
to Doug Banks.
I want to give a shout out to Doug
representing
Banks,
Chicago.
man.
We're just gonna wrap this up with
Don't forget China.
and China. you
Damn
know,
it. Don't forget China.
China. So
She was swole.
I want to give a shout out real quick to Doug Banks. Doug Banks used to come here to Water Lamont's, and he used to hang out when he was in town when he could, and hang out because he was a cigar smoker. So he came in and hung out a couple times,
Love
man.
Doug.
He was a good dude.
Man, love Doug.
Man, love to Doug.
Love the Doug.
all right, guys. We'll see you next time. Humidor. Humidor, catch us.
Great.
Catch us on the next show. Thanks.
Peace.
Peace out. We love you.
Peace.
What a drink that.